Hello people, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Sorins. Today we're going to talk about the Object 283, which used to be the worst tier 9 medium tank, and it still is, but because we got Pat on the tank, now it is just second last. So yeah, why is the vehicle underperforming that much? Well, compared to the pattern, you actually have some armor which can bounce. On top of that, you actually have a 100 mm main armament with 360 alpha damage and 226 penetration. 226 penetration is quite low for the tier 9, considering 226 you have on some heavy tanks at tier 8. But once once you load hit, you go up to 300 hit penetration, which is just enough. On top of that, the vehicle just has enough DPM to fight back. Yet it's rear turreted, you always get set on fire whenever someone hits your lower plate, ammo rack is also there, and I don't think many people can make it work. It is the same playstyle as the Object 430 version 2 or the Object 416, but those vehicles have 330 hit pen. Which means if you just spam hit, you pretty much can penetrate anything. But we managed to bounce one shell into our side from the Centurion 7-1. We didn't even bother stopping to, to lose our speed. To actually, because we want to play here, even though there are double artilleries, we get hit from the other vehicle that is really bad, straight into cupola. I mean, over here, compared to a pattern, will be much better, just because there is no cupola on top of it. There is literally this thing over here which you barely can see it. Other than that, we have no visible weak points. Come on, the gunman just doesn't really do his thing, but luckily we have the artilleries that are helping us, and the enemy artillery are raining down hell on us as well. So it's pretty much this desired playstyle for this. You just try to play hoodlum. Luckily you are short enough, we have decent enough gun, and you can skyscrape. As you can see, we managed to bounce 3 shells at the same time, I think. And by the looks of it, that E75 is stock. We also are bouncing the little tier 8. We managed to put a hit round straight into its upper plate, I think it was, and we are just making use of our good enough premium shells. I mean, that's all there is about this vehicle. Just spam the hit and you'll be doing very good. Just pick up, I mean, just the gun handling on this vehicle is so much better than the pattern, yet it's still averaging like 1000 DPG. I mean, top 30 people that play this vehicle are barely averaging over 3000 DPG at maximum of 3300, so somehow the vehicle it's lacking something. Probably the mobility, but yet it does have some mobility to move around. As you saw, we managed to be the first one over here, except in that Centurion's 5-1, and right now, because we see that people are good safe here, come on, like we lose our ammo rack and we managed to hit the grass. Because those guys pushed over here, we are trying to be aggressive. The stock is 75, we hit the ground again. It's really aggressive. He has, I think, a good DPM. And look at that, with AP we cannot penetrate the lower plate. He is not penetrating us back, the pattern is not penetrating, we are just bouncing. I mean, could you do this with pattern the tank? Not really, we just are gonna load hit because we bounced once again AP. As you can see, it's the lower plate is like 220 with AP and 270 with hit. So right now we just need to make use of our rear turreted and pretty overall good armor. I mean, it's not the best, but it's very good against APCRs and AP rounds, especially if AP wiggle. I think the tank can't really wiggle as it has a very nice mobility. We cannot really find the angle. I mean, oh, there we go, right in that flat. And come on, can we bounce some more? I mean, we actually bounced 4000 damage, even for a heavy tank will be decent enough choice. We don't have, luckily we have no repair, yet this vehicle's crew is looking good, and once again we managed to outplay the E75 that stopped firing not hit, EPCRs at us, and we pretty much got out of this situation barely alive. Yet we are using our rear rear turret to, you know, pick the little, and just like that we're up to 3.6k damage, and we managed to clear this flank pretty much alone. Well, not really, because we pretty much fought the E75, and hit will do really. Oh, what was that? Um, yeah, this vehicle is it does have quite a good-ish gun, but the 6 degrees of gun depression are not carrying it. The pattern will be so much flexible here, yet having a worse gun handling, and somehow the MX-1375 drone artillery hits us for 400, and we're down to 100 hit points, which pretty much put us to adrenaline rush if I have it on my skill. I don't even remember having it, but who knows, maybe you can break the 3000 DPM mark. And oh yeah, this vehicle doesn't really lack the DPM as I mentioned, and as you probably saw, disaster over there. Over here there's an 87 which wasn't been spotted. The artillery is still thinking about us. I mean, all game the artillery did, oh boy, what was that? I mean, I was hoping that my armor would hold up against the tier 7, but by the looks of it, it wasn't really the case. He managed to put, what was it? 171 penetration round out to through our lower plate, or is it 239? I don't even know what is for the one. I actually don't know what gun is. It's probably the one, the 150 alpha damage one, or is that 230? I don't kind of really remember. But that was pretty much our performance. I mean, it's arguably decent, but I just feel like the tank has the potential. Obviously, versus tier 7, versus tier 7, like we barely faced tier 7s with only the A75, the pattern, and on top of that, the Habika that left, the, what is it? The 45 TP, of course. But what can I say? The vehicle doesn't feel that bad. I mean, I wish I got it for more than 40 battles, yet I don't know, man. It's an enigma to play. Yet I like it more than the pattern. The pattern, as I mentioned, it's hard to bounce anything, but the gun also feel much consistent on this one. What do you think about your Object 283? How do you find it? Have you got it for your entire, like, have you got it permanently? Or you, like me, you have it as a rental? Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you find it more interesting than the pattern? Or do you think you just, you know, you use it to trade it off in the next not really the next campaign, but next event, next trade-off event? Because I think you will probably get yourself like a 6000 gold reduction if you can trade tier 9s, of course. The 87 is picking up another kill by the looks of it. He is really doing the good stuff. I mean, like, look at that Type 62, he's capping alone into an, by the looks of it, it's an encounter. And, ooh, okay. The 263 is having fun with the guard. The guard is, I'm not really sure he's doing, but he's trying to probably to, you know, get around. Yeah, that's how it did. The 263, for whatever reason, it's going against the gravity and it's going uphill. And oh no, that's actually not the case. But he actually outplayed the medium. That's really interesting. And by the looks of it, someone it's not. Someone stopped the capping for some reason. For some reason, there are 6 people in the base. Well, not really 6, but 5. On top of that, with artillery that are looking somewhere in the distance. But the 87, I mean, like, that 87 is just carrying the game hardcore right now. He's getting hit in the side by this Caro, which by the looks of it hit for 300. That's a maximum high roll, I think. A stock ice is sniping. I mean, like, yeah, we had a decent team. I cannot really complain. But on top of that, a stock Sture Emil, yeah, we really had the most of stock tanks in our game. But what can I say about the equipment of the Object 283? Well, I think vertical stabilizer, rammer, and hardening or turbocharger. But because I cannot use any field modes, I cannot really use two kind of equipment, so I'm a bit limited to my creativity. Yet I feel like a vertical stabilizer it's mandatory because you obviously have such a good rate of fire that you want to really connect your shells. I mean, you could usually like I don't know put the improved aiming system, but I don't think it cuts it. By the way, artillery is firing AP over here. I just amazing that people are actually using the AP somewhere somehow. Um, that type got decapped by the looks of it by the PM or whoever decapped it, or the artillery maybe, and the game looks neck and neck. I mean, there is nothing really to say anything else than this, because right now the server is updating and pretty much they kicked me out of the game, so I cannot really show you my actually how what medals I got and anything, but it was just a casual push with the object 283, and it is just my favorite game. I mean, we've been aggressive, we attacked, we traded hit points with our rate of fire, and hopefully you got yourself an image of pretty much why the object 283 it's underrated maybe and underperforming, because it's such an enigma to play, and let's say it's not the most reliable, but has the potential to bounce some AP and APCRs. On top of that, the potential to do damage if you put your DPM to good use, unlike the pattern. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I will see you legends around.